Here's another little survey tip. Just like stop with the overlapping answer categories. Super easy thing for you to check for. What is an overlapping answer category? Or like, what is an answer category? Answer category, like, is when you read the little survey question and then below it, it has choices. Like, sometimes it's multiple choice, sometimes you're rating something, but like, it's the little things that appear below. It's the answers. It's the possible answers. Answer category, right? What is an overlapping answer category? That's when you, like, your response, like if I asked you that question with no options, whatever your response is would fit into multiple of the options that have been provided. It's a really bad practice. You don't want to do it. Here's an example. Writing them at first. What time do you get up in the morning? Just think about what time, like literally, they answer this. What time do you get up in the morning? Okay? You have a time in your head. Here are the choices. Here are the answer categories: 4:30 to 5:30, 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 7 to 8. Let's start with, in my opinion, a glaringly obvious one. Let's say you wake up every day at 5:15. First off, God bless you. I can't even imagine. So my answer is 5:15. That fits in the first bucket, 4:30 to 5:30. It also fits in the second bucket, 5 to 6. 5:15 goes in both of those. Those are overlapping answer categories. Specifically, the overlap is between 5 and 5:30, because if you wake up between 5 and 5:30, your choice fits in both the first section and the second section. Let's say you wake up at 6 or 7. Still, I say, bless you, I am not an early riser. If you wake up at 6, your answer fits in the second and the third categories. If you wake up at 7, your answer fits in the seventh, the third, and the fourth categories. They overlap. There's so much overlapping going in this answer. Just like, what the heck? But this is bad. Don't do this. Such an easy fix too. Like, you could very quickly like run through any questions you've written just to make sure that like whatever the answer is only fits in one category, one bucket, one choice, one response, whatever you want to call it. When you give a survey, you want the data, the responses, the information you're getting to reflect the truth, or like as close to the truth as possible. And the problem with overlapping answer categories, with choices that overlap, is that I can respond with my truth, and my truth can be the same as someone else's truth, and they can respond differently, right? So let's say two people both wake up at 7 a.m. One person picks 6 to 7, one person picks 7 to 8. They're both right? 7 a.m. shows up in both spots, but it gets counted differently in the analysis. So the problem with overlapping answer categories is that it can be confusing for the person taking the survey because they're not sure which answer they should pick because their response fits into multiple. Also a problem in analysis because it makes your data inaccurate, right? Like, it could make it, for instance, in this case, it could make it look like more people wake up between 5 and 6 than wake up between 4:30 and 5:30, when in reality a bunch of people wake up at 5:15 and just weren't sure what to pick, right? Like, it just, if your categories overlap, your data is automatically, like, I would just assume it's inaccurate. And maybe it's, and while we're talking about inaccurate data, let's cover a few other quick things here. What time do you get up in the morning? This could vary for people depending on whether it's a work day or a non-work day, so that's unclear and can lead to inaccuracy. Also, what about people who wake up before 4:30 or after? If they were taking this survey, they would be forced to either lie or not respond, right? Because in that case, the answer categories don't cover the full range of possibilities for answers. So, in summation, this is a bad question. Don't use anything like this if you're doing a survey.